Much of the power in the Mediterranean Sea has shifted and changed over the last few decades. And as we are set to enter a new century, the 1300s, Melissa Bavent has put herself in a position to rule over all of Sicily. Right now, she plots her next war against the Sea of Shadows to claim Benevento for herself. But as she prepares, word of a death comes her way. The ancient kindred and the thorn in Melissa's side, Montano, is dead. As of yet, Missy has no idea how this has occurred. Was it diablerie? Execution? All we know is that he was imprisoned briefly by Duke Eugenio. Perhaps we will find out more. And while no doubt his death comes as a relief to Melissa, the fact that it was not her to devour his soul does sadden her somewhat. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, Princes of Darkness, where Melissa is celebrating. What a delightful day it is. The wind is refreshing. The moon is warm. The moonlight is warm. Insects chirp happily in the undergrowth. Everything seems bright and vivid, and it's all because that vile buffoon Montano is dead. Blessedly dead. I cannot contain my grief as a train of his friends and family file past me on the way to say their last goodbyes, though he now can't say a word to stop them. I bridle somewhat at the thought of Montano's family having the temerity to tactfully defend his honor. The procession passes me by, heading to bury the body, or what's left of it. With how old he is, he will be no more than dust, I'm sure. I will show them. Oh gosh, like dig him up? Yep, you know what? We're sadistic. What will come of it? Well, we'll see, no doubt. Getting ahead in life. The night air hangs still and silent. The only noise that can be heard is the scrape of my shovel, dislodging the freshly heaped dirt with ease. Slowly, the heap beside the grave grows larger, and the body, what remains of Montano, is exposed once again to the fresh air it had been parted from all too recently. I rip the cloth covering off his face. His lips are parted, drawn back in a rictus grin, and soil and grime still cling damply to his neck. As I regard him dispassionately, grasping the shovel once more, I line it up with that same neck. The metal, sharpened by my own hand earlier today, is honed to a wicked edge. 1 stamp, 2 stamps, 3. Oh boy, I'll make you useful once more. We'd get a skull goblet of Montano. Power has your soul, pigs will have your head. We're not going to feed the pigs. No, we're going to make a skull goblet from Montano's head. Wild, fantastically wild. And I believe that is treated as a court artifact. Indeed it is. We have 2 skull goblets at this stage. This one, of course, belonging to Montano. Wonderful stuff. And hopefully we will have somewhere to put those goblets soon, as we are saving up to try and form the Kingdom of Sicily. It'll take a little while yet, but for now, we'll be patient. Oh yes, and I truly would like to know what happened. Oh, he was sacrificed. Huh. How about that? Okay then. Euphemia, we are going to be adding you to our herd, picking up that fleeting choleric resonance. As, well, we had an opening. And while it might be wise for us to just wait until we have that 500 gold to make our kingdom, Benevento is just sitting here, this province that we have a rightful claim on, and I only think it right that we make that claim known now. We have far more gold than they do, and we have more total troops. We are going to be pressing for our claims. It's time, once again, to go to war. And I think we'll start things off down here in Enna, and no doubt they'll go for maybe Capua. With our mangonels, I would hope that we are going to be faster. Indeed, they have started making their move. We'll be done here before too long. And there we have it. Okay, excellent. That's already some gold our way. Let's go greet them on the battlefield. At least Montano will not be leading them anymore. And it looks like if this battle happens, it's going to be very much in our favor. We've caught them, and it's very much going Melissa's way. We have so many troops left over. That should be a hefty war score advantage for us now, and indeed it is. Alright, let's move to our war goal. We've started the siege, our enemy has disappeared into the shadows. They will eventually counterattack, but I think we'll have this before they can do anything else. And here they are, just as we're about to wrap things up. You're a little late. Poor decision making, if I might say so myself. And there we have it. The territory is under our control. Unfortunately, not as much gold from that siege, but we should be able to take out the remaining troops here. They don't have anywhere to run. Here we go. We've caught them. And that is a massive battle advantage. Ooh, okay. Some wounds there, and it looks like we have captured a champion. A very good champion at that. 30 prowess. A gangrel? Well, hello there. You are also 9th generation. 1 generation less than Melissa. You're also completely unlanded, which means that you could be a knight of our own. Oh, as much as I want to consume you, as much as Melissa, no doubt, wants to consume you, I think that you would be better fighting for us. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. Let's negotiate a release. Can we demand a conversion and a recruiting? We can. That's good. Let us negotiate that and see if it'll go through. At the same time, we'll move on to the next province. Excellent. Our proposal has been accepted, and you should now be a knight of our own. Oh, Verpus, no need to accuse us of such things. We would never do anything so horrid to you. I'm sorry, Verpus. Now, let's have a look at our knights here. So I think we will make sure that you are going to serve us. Looking down at our champions here, we do go all the way down to like only 9 prowess, so it's good that we are still getting some people in that have higher prowess because, yeah, we can have 17 champions now. Well, the next siege has started. Let's see if they try and interrupt it. Oh, no, they're going to try and make it past us. Well, good luck with that. You got 4 months left over here, and over here, 3 months. It's going to be a little close, but if we get this, oh dear. I was going to say, if we get this, the war should be over. What's the scheme at court? Someone is plotting to kill you. That's not good. Now, in the last, there was someone plotting to try and steal one of her artifacts, and we can see that artifact here. Visago's earring. It's interesting. This unlocks blood sorcery advanced, so I can understand why someone would want this. It also gives you natural dread. Summoned 2,000 years ago by a mad cult in India, Visago, the prophet of spite, is using this small piece of jewelry as a ferret for his soul. It confers a corrupted version of thaumaturgy to its owner, so that's how she's gotten the advanced thaumaturgy here. Interesting. Now, obviously, trying to claim that from her or get that from her would be very difficult, but honestly, Viorica, the Scarlet Witch, she is an ally of ours. We would not want to try and do that. Oh, right, it was Euphemia that was helping, trying to steal the artifact here, which we might actually be able to ask her to just not do. The murder plot has a very, very small chance of actually happening. It doesn't seem immediately like we can, but we can convert to witchcraft. Interesting. Viorica, would you be interested in that? I mean, it is a scheme and we'd have a high chance of succeeding at that. Yeah, you know what? Let's bring you into our coven. Because ideally, one day, you'll be able to teach us a little bit of that thaumaturgy. Schema discovered. Oh, okay. It's you again. Olena. You're not in our territory, but you do seem to really dislike Viorica. That evil fiend indeed. There we go. That's that siege done. Let's charge them down, and I think that might be enough to do it. Let's stop this as fast as we can, though. There we go. We've got them caught. And that, well, it's not a victory yet, but we managed to capture a baron. You are, unfortunately, only 12th generation. That's not going to help us out, but we are feeling hungry. I mean, we could, couldn't we? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, we actually have another 12th generation kindred in here as well that I obviously just forgot about. So if we were to consume you, the thing is, it's gonna cost us no matter what, which is unfortunate. I do like the amount of resonance experience that we get, but it's not gonna do too much for us. So instead, perhaps we just look at doing a little bit of burning. Yes, clear them out. Unless, of course, okay, a ransom for you, 50 gold, I will take that. And then onwards towards Kamada, I say. Well, we've very nearly finished the siege here, and we're at 99%. I think even if we get it, we'll just let these sieges finish. There we go, 10 gold over here, and I am tempted to meet this army that's just shown up. I think they might be mercenaries. Let's go slaughter the lot. Oh, and we've got them caught. Excellent. And we managed to capture someone here as well, a champion. You're not much of a champion, though. Well, you're not going to do much good for us. We'll just hold on to you for now, and we'll see if we can finish off these forces here. Well, we've caught them, and Euphemia wounded Duke Maracos. Oh, and would you look at that? You learnt a language. How nice. Do we want you to become our friend? I mean, we don't want you as a rival, but it's seeming to go that way more and more. Not a rivalry yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. No! How did that happen? How did you die? Mysterious circumstances? Yeah, you don't say. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, my friend. That's so unfortunate. I don't know how that happened. So, who then is our new vassal? Ferdinando. You are 6th generation, and you are the child of Bernardo. Well, okay. We are going to have to try and do some work here to win you over, I suppose. A sway won't help us right this second. We could try and do something other than a sway. For one, well, doesn't look like conversion is going to work. Not yet, at least. What about entrancement? A 57% chance. It is a diplomacy battle that we'd be doing, really. We don't have that much longer to go on this one, so I think we'll just have to come back to you. That's very frustrating. Yeah, we didn't lose them to battle or anything. And yeah, if you perish, we lose that territory, and we do not want that. No. So, let us enforce our demands, let us end this war, and let's see about doing something with this territory here. Now at this stage, Viorica doesn't have any territory. I would be willing to grant her Benevito. It would mean that we would probably lose her husband here as a knight, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world for us. I think you do quite well. So, let us grant you a title here. Congratulations, you are now a countess. Oh dear, that does mean we lose you as our courtier. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Oh, we can re-employ you. Well, let's just do that then. Oh, how bizarre. Duke Camilla, who is the ruler of Latium at the moment in Rome, who we want to go to war with, has bought a personal artifact claim on our horse. On our horse, Boreas. Ah dear. Let's, do we want extra prowess? Yeah, we'll take on a bit of extra stress. That's okay. Let's ride on our horse before the Duke tries to steal it from us. Excellent. A new convert. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and I do believe that just worked. Yes, she is a witch. She is a part of our coven. Interesting. We just got a claim on Enna. Wonderful. We can complete that little strip of land down there. We will need to wait until the truce lapses or until they have a change of rulers. Which, with how kind of messy things have been in the Sea of Shadows, that could happen anytime. I mean, look how split up all this territory is. Oh, and of course, with that little bit of extra money coming in here, we can now form a new kingdom. The Kingdom of Sicily. Wonderful. It's going to be all of this here. It's a lot of prestige. Let's create it, Melissa. There we go. We have a royal court. We have our own crown, Sicilian court. As queen, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to hold court regularly, solving the disputes of the realm and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Oh, interesting. You're our heir. All right, Guillaume, we'll have a look and see who we want to be our true heir, but Dario is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there is almost some surprise in her eyes. She starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Bavent. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. Okay, let them see their new queen. Aha, and now we have an introduction to Primogen mechanics. As you are of a kingdom level as a ruler, you now have access to the Primogen minor core positions. These positions represent the expectations of each clan in your area to have a representative close to you. Each clan values a different set of skills, as you can see in their aptitude scores, but all of them expect to be represented. If you choose to not appoint someone because you can't afford their salary or because they are needed elsewhere, or simply because you can't find anyone suitable yet, you can expect this specific clan to protest in the coming years, giving you a notable opinion malice with each member of the clan in your realm. Understood. Okay, so this is our court as it stands right now, and we do have a court artifact that I believe we can put into place. Although for whatever reason, unfortunately, things don't seem to be working out there for us. And that is rather unfortunate. So right this stage, I don't believe we'll be able to change our court grandeur or change the artifacts that are around the room here. Unless, of course, it's a go back in scenario. Nope. Okay then. Well, that is rather unfortunate, but hey, look at this. We now have Sicily. Oh, here we go. Okay, I managed to get into the menu by going through our artifacts and okay, it's worked out for us. So first of all, the Bavent house banner, let's go and put it right in the center there. Wonderful, that's working. Next we have the 2 skull goblets. Okay, so one here and Montanos shall go right here. So that means more prestige based upon more dread. We gain less stress and we'll be gaining more dread in general. But still, as of yet, no way to hold court. I think we will have a look at those Primogen positions to see who we might want to try and get into those slots. It is going to cost us though. Well, we've only got one Bruja, so I think we'll probably be okay there. The La Sombra Primogen though, I don't know if that would take Dario away from her position in the court currently, if we were to offer her that position. Perhaps there is another way that we can find that out. And looking at Ventru Primogens, it seems that Akos is of average aptitude, so you would actually give us some more domain taxes in general. You know what? Yes, we shall appoint you to the position. And then because of that, I will want to try and see if we can still add you here. We can, so I think we can still have members as a part of our regular court. And so because of that, with average aptitude, Dario, you shall be rewarded. Now, interestingly, the Gangrel Primogen could give us more knights. Average aptitude would give us an extra knight for 3/4 of a gold. That's a tough choice. Let's just check on the Tremere Primogen. Oh, excellent. Of course, excellent aptitude. Viorica, well, this is just very good. Extra lifestyle experience and extra learning level per fame. Now, is that going to affect us directly? Because we've got 12 and it's up to 16 now. Yes. That is a very good position to have fulfilled. Worthwhile for sure. So yeah, as we can see, people that have a poor aptitude are just going to be no good for the program. I think we'll wait until we get a better Toreador before we look at getting a Primogen on the council. And honestly, the same thing with the Gangrel. Oh, and I should say, I'm surprised that Verpus is here right now. What are you doing here? Okay, so he's here, but he is not here because supposedly he is located back in his home county. Indeed, that does seem to be the case. Okay, so perhaps he was just visiting quickly. So the good thing is now with having a kingdom, we can make a series of different claims when we go to war, seizing de jure territory. So we can go by county or we can go by duchy, which is probably going to be easier. Like we can claim all of that in one go, which no doubt that's going to be next on our list of things. Oh, and of course, now because we are considered a queen, we can have new regiments as well. But I don't think we're going to take them just yet. I am happy with our army composition and we don't really want to change that around too much. So our first event that we have here is under equipped. I am enjoying a rare, quiet moment between councils when Euphemia pulls me aside. My liege, she begins carefully. as your bodyguard. I am honored to protect you, but this is ridiculous. She unsheaths her blade from its scabbard, drawing attention to its many nicks and pits. I can't be expected to do my job with this clumsy bar. Surely quality is everywhere when it comes to protecting the Queen's own life. So, what do we want to do then? We gain some more court grandeur. Euphemia would be, approving of us more. 85 gold though, it's considerable. Well, I don't think we're going to straight up dismiss her because she is useful still. But I also don't think we're going to spend 85 gold right now on a new blade. We'll spend the court grandeur and she can get a regular sword like everyone else. And we can see our court grandeur at the moment. We are currently using last century fashion. We have no training grounds, few servants, and minute lodgings. I think we'll want to try and see if we can improve the training grounds because that seems to be tied to the amount of knights that we can have. If we can get all the way up to here, grand training grounds, we'd have a decent court grandeur bonus and we'd also have an extra knight at our disposal. It would knock us down by 1.68 a month, but honestly, I feel like that's going to be worthwhile. We'll have a look at some of the other effects here and decide if we want to try and get, at least a little bit better. Decent fashion, I think will do. Yeah, see, we're looking at quite a negative. Few servants, that's okay, and minute lodgings, I don't know whether we want to do anything more than that right now. What we can try and do is change our court type as well. At the moment, it is considered to be a diplomatic court. We could be administrative as well, which helps with tax and construction across the realm. Honestly, I think that administrative is what we're going to go for at the moment. Although in saying that, that is a considerable amount to change it. So maybe we'll just we'll sleep on that for now, eh? Yeah, and we'll go and apply these new amenities here, and we'll see how that works out for us. Oh, we can actually create a new accolade now as well. Fantastic, yeah, okay. So, let's have a look and see who we might want to bestow this to. So at the moment, Irianwe is our best champion. With 30 prowess, she is a monster. So, I think we're going to go and choose you for that role. And then we'll see what we can, then we'll see what else we can change. It doesn't look like we can actually change anything. She does not fulfill the requirements of any other accolade attributes. So we've got contender here. And there aren't that many grand tournaments around, and disciplinarian. So we may want to have a look at some of the other folks that we have down here. Garcenda, possibly. Or the Baron, who's rather pissed off with us. And then, of course, there is our ghoul Euphemia as well. Let's have a look at Garcenda here. She is a ghoul, so she's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, looking through the rest here, I think we may want to try and have a look at some of the others. I mean, ideally, I'd say we'd grab another kindred, but they're all pretty limited. You know what? I think we will reward Euphemia. I know that she has been slightly problematic for us, but she is our ghoul after all. We're going to set her main primary attribute as Lancer. And then for the secondary, I think we'll pick up Valiant, the champion of the Hind. Yeah, sure, there we go. Let's create that accolade. It doesn't look like we can have a successor just yet, or there isn't anyone that is close enough to fitting the bill. I have also noticed that we do have a mortal that's hanging around here that has 16 prowess, which ain't great, but it is still better than some of our other knights that we have. So I want to see about getting him to join the court without maybe having to pay him. Yes, we could attempt to ghoulify him, but I think that there are still better candidates out there. I think we'll just save our gold for now. If anything, I want to be putting more of that gold into our man-at-arms in general because they're a great deterrent. Even if we don't end up using them in battle, they can still scare off potential attackers. I didn't actually notice, but we do have the ability to invite champions once again, so we're going to put the feelers out there and see if we can get anyone interesting. Oh yes, and I cannot forget about Ferdinando, the child of our previous ally and descendant of the great Montano. We really need to try and get him on our side at the moment. He is a champion of ours. He is a rather powerful vassal, and he has 1,000 extra levies to his name. Weird shadow creatures. So we don't want those to go amiss. So what then should we do about that? Well, I do feel like we should be able to entrance you. We're gonna give it a shot. It's not the greatest percentage chance, but we'll see how we do. Our skills do far surpass his own, so I hope we do better in that regard. And 28, Gisla, you are impressive. A Tzimisce, no less. We don't have any Tzimisce here, from what I understand. Yeah, vicissitude, that is their unique ability that allows them to sculpt flesh and bone. You are of our faith? Fantastic. Well, what would it take to recruit you? More gold than we have right this second, so okay, we're going to keep an eye on you for the moment and let our gold build up a little further. Oh, and interestingly enough, we do hold too many duchies now, so we are going to have to look at divvying those out, and that's probably why maybe we have an Inquisition cell targeting us. That is unfortunate. So then, what do we want to try and do here? We have the Duchy of Capua, which is up here. We have the Duchy of Calabria, and then of course we have the Baronies of Bavent, which stretch down here. So I think the Duchy of Capua we may seek to give away. We are still holding... No, we're not actually. Do we want to just give it to you then? I feel like that would make sense. It would give you a lot more power, but you are our keeper, and I think you're going to stay our keeper for a long time. Plus, you and your rock husband are rather useful, and hey, okay, we have some more grandchilder. We're going to have a look at our full family tree in a moment, but I think we are going to go and bestow that right to you. So we are going to grant you the Duchy of Capua. Congratulations, there you go. And you get all of those vassals there to boot. So that should make people a little happier in general. We can also usurp the duchy that's down here. We need a little bit more gold to be able to do that. I don't think that we're going to do that, at least not for a little while. But yes, I did say that we were going to have a look at our family tree. Okay, so we can see here that Pecs does have 2 childer. Missy has 3, and of our 3, there have been a few grandchilder that just have not survived. So Shajar is the only one that's managed to actually keep her childer around for any kind of duration here. Gilam, Nolak, and Barad, same deal there. So let's have a look at Pecs' childer to begin with. So Brunhilde, okay, where are you at the moment? You're up here. You believe in Via Anemia, okay. 13th generation caitiff, so very close to being completely thin-blooded. You got 12 prowess, and that's kind of about it. And then we have Gohilda, 17 prowess, a famous champion. Not bad, a little bit better, but only a little bit. I'd like to invite you to court to be a champion, but you're unwilling to. That may be a smart move on your behalf. And then having a look at Shajar. Let's see, Valentina Bavent, 11 prowess. Okay, nothing special here, really. And then we got Eleonora, 16 prowess, little bit better. Stewardship is okay, and you are quick. But they aren't shining examples of kindred prowess. Also, 14th generation, thin-blooded. Yeah, their blood is so diluted that, well, it's not going to help you, especially being caitiff. So that's where the family tree sits at this stage. Too good to be true. The patriarch of an influential family in your area has just passed. His legacy lives on through his 2 sons, and it just so happens that you have a strong hold on one of them. If you were to help this young man take over the family business, you may stand to reap the benefits, but your strange patronage could certainly raise some eyebrows. Nothing more than rats fighting over crumbs. So we just kind of like ignore it, I suppose, and mass grade exposure decreases, or we go for it I think it's worth it. Let's follow this young man's career. We're going to get some extra gold, we're going to get some extra prestige in the process, and we can deal with that masquerade exposure in one of our more interesting ways now. Let's cover up the masquerade, and let's see. I shall make them forget, or I will be their god. They shall not expose my secrets. That sounds a little bit better, and it does indeed work. We are hungrier, but that's okay there. And House Head Unity. Court Mentor Pecs has steered House Unity towards harmonious. Yeah, Pecs is still ruling the house at the moment. We'll see how long it stays that way. I think we're going to go ahead and just pay what we need to get you to join our court. That is more than worth it. You are a worthy warrior. And I kind of wish that we waited before we gave out that accolade, because we could have had one set up for you. Nevertheless, you are going to be a fantastic champion, I think. Oh, and you know what? We could try and see if we can find you a spouse. And we're not looking for alliances or anything like that. We're just looking for prowess. 39 prowess is certainly impressive. A giant, a hale giant at that. Now, we want to make sure that they don't have any land, and this one doesn't. You are descended from Odin, though. You are Gangrel, and you're brave, you're wrathful. I think you'd be a fantastic fit. Let's see if we can organize this arrangement here. 39 prowess, that's very good. All right, let's send off the message. And we have word back. Indeed we do. And you are now our champion as well. 2 champions for the price of 1, and a champion that has 39 prowess, no less. Unfortunately, our court grandeur has just decreased. So perhaps we want to try and see if we can improve that further. Yeah, that is going to affect our court vassals and also our overall prestige. I think we might have to try and improve, like, the lodgings and all the servants that we have here. So while it's going to cost us a little bit more, I think we are going to try and see if we can improve these things. Let's apply and accept. Oh, what? A flyaway. A new applicant appears in your court. A gargoyle by the name of Velislava claims to have fled the Tremere. She was able to escape when her master Pavel was destroyed by mortal hunters. Velislava wishes to join your court. She offers you a gift of gold. Well, how interesting. Let's have a look at you, and you're impressive. Decked out in bronze, you have 18 prowess at the moment. You have flight, being a gargoyle. You're 11th generation. You know what? I think it would be fantastic to have you around. You have no connection to the rock that is married to our other child. So yeah, welcome to our realm. You should be able to find some form of safety here. And that's yet another champion, but oh dear, already the arrogant champion. Look at that, you're even covering up our face here. You've been informed that one of your champions has been careless recently, involved in a fight with mortals. She used the powers of the blood to easily crush them, a clear breach of the masquerade. Worse, she then bragged about it in town, and I mean, yeah, it's a freaking gargoyle, so that's a major breach in general. This behavior is sure to attract the unwanted gaze of the Inquisition, but you may still be able to salvage the situation if you can cut short your partnership with this annoying braggart. You'll be forgiven this time. We will give you one more chance, but that is it. That is it. You are forgiven this time, but no further. And, let's see. Yet another child of Odin. Okay. Let's go to prowess and make sure. Yeah, you certainly are the strongest, the bear slayer. You have lots of claims on land at the moment. 33 prowess. I'd really like to have you in our court. Okay, just having a look at some of his siblings here. How do you feel about a marriage to a gargoyle? It's matrilineal. It's going to drop the prestige of our gargoyle. But I do feel like this will be a stronger match. Actually, no, I think it drops his prestige. Yeah, well, there we go. Let's send off that proposal and see if that comes to anything. Queen Melissa is playing matchmaker today, and Rest for the Weary. We've definitely seen this event before, so we are going to venture inside and see what we can find. Excellent, and it sounds like the wedding is going to be going ahead. So now that we're inside this tower, we can search the upper floors or see what lays beneath. We can face our fears, giving us extra prowess and whatnot. Right now, honestly, a little bit of extra gold would do well, and 165 does even better. We've got a new melancholy perk available, and we have a new guest here. 15 prowess, Gautier. You're rather young, athletic, and a thurgist. Interesting. Now, I do wonder, I think if we turn you into a ghoul, you'll probably lose any of that. So maybe we just try and keep you around as you are. If we were to recruit him, it's only 50 gold. I say let's do it. Let's recruit you to the court. You shall be yet another champion of ours. And now, let's see. Under melancholic, we have fortitude, and it looks like we're going to be picking up unswayable mind, which makes it more difficult for us to become blood bonded, and it also just makes us less swayable in general. The toughness will be really nice once we can get towards that. Slowly but surely, we're going to make it down that tree. A courtier between friends. My scourge, Countess Viorica, has honored me with a visit and has brought one of her courtiers alone. Viorica approaches me excitedly. Well met, Queen Melissa. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Malta. It occurred to me that Le Duc here may be of service in your court. He is an incredibly talented scholar, the brightest I have ever learned from. I would make use of him myself, but alas, it does not seem possible. I would hate to see his great talent go to waste. Won't you take him in and unleash his potential? Let's have a look at Le Duc here, who is 300 years old. He is a 4th generation Tremere. Yeah, it would be great to have him around. 28 prowess? That is, wow, okay. I mean, this is a sibling of Atreus. You are far up the pyramid, my friend. I definitely think we could make use of him. Yeah, it's going to cost some prestige, and it brings us closer to forming a friendship with Viorica here, but we trust her, right? Yeah, sure we do. And now that we got you in our court here, Le Duc, the voice of reason, maybe we'll try and see if we can get you involved with someone. Our court grandeur has increased as well. Things are starting to look up. Let's see here. Well, we could convert you to witchcraft. I think that's probably going to be worth us doing. But we don't seem to be able to marry you off at this stage. That's fine. You know what, though? I do wonder if we might be able to try and learn something from you. It doesn't work that way anymore. If we do want to try and learn, let's say, blood sorcery, we do need to do it under activities, or rather, journeys. Journeys, yes, that is it. And so if we were to try and learn new abilities, we can... Oh, okay, it looks like we can start to get into some of the really dangerously interesting things. I mean, blood sorcery most certainly is one that I would want to try and do, and it's 1,000 prestige. We actually have enough to attempt to learn it. I'm very tempted. We're just going to wait a moment or two. Let's have a look at this other guest that we've got here. She's okay. 12 prowess ain't amazing. 25 gold, though, is pretty cheap for yet another champion, so we're going to spend it. I'm happy to have her as a part of our court, and I think she'll probably be a champion before too long, because 12, I mean, having a look at our champions here, who is our lowest in terms of skill? Oh, 13, actually, so you're just kind of beneath them there. If we do lose someone, you will help fill in the gaps, I suppose. And you know what? I think we need to go on a little bit of a hunt before we do anything else. So, let us hunt in our capital, and we're going to be hunting for some warriors. Oh, and we can hold court. Well, let's see it. It is interesting seeing you just hang out in court here. Okay, what do we got? Who is here? Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chambers has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. We've got Basarab here, our revenant ghoul, who is kind of towering over Missy at the moment. Let's gesture for the first in line to approach. And okay, it looks like we've got Pecs back here as well. But we also have Duran here. As soon as his turn to speak, the agitated man in front of me screams, "The end is nigh! The signs are everywhere. The people of the county of Benevento know it all too well. Disorder, bandits, thieves, violence, and the disappearance of justice among men. The world as we know it is about to end. There is only one way for us to be saved. Reject the world and its temptations. Repent now, for the day is nigh." So, salvation must be achieved, and we turn into a recluse. We can burn the raving heretic, or just kick him out of our sight. You know what? I think we're just gonna burn him. I think that's more Missy. Yeah, that'll do. And now, Leduc is here. My champion, Leduc, stands before me, a hopeful expression on his face. "My lady, I could not help but notice that in recent times, the realm's finances have not been the healthiest. Of course, you have been administering them egregiously, but perhaps you might find some use for some extra gold. I'm willing to buy a minor settlement off your hands in exchange for a generous sum of gold. Would it be acceptable?" Okay, that is a considerable amount, 250. We could try to convince him to pay more. I don't need your gold. It would turn the barony into a castle holding. Honestly, I'm okay with that. We may lose him. I don't think we will lose him as a champion. You know what? Yes, we shall offer it to you. And now we have Pecs here. Pecs and Markau, a peasant man from the castle of Messina, is brought for me, and no matter what the guards do, he will not stop dancing, trailing blood from mangled feet. "I cannot cease, my lady. None of us can, not until we collapse. Please help us." My brother, called me to Pecs, insists that this is a curse sent by the power to punish the peasants. Dancing sounds delightful. We'd lose a little bit of stress, however they get the dancing plague. For 10 years, it's considerable, or we pray for deliverance and the power shall surely answer. Better general opinion, development growth goes down, Pecs gets a better opinion of us, and we get some much needed piety. We shall pray for now. And just like that, business is done. And that's a healthy amount of gold that we have sitting there now. Oh, and Pecs is here in Malta. He's arrived to pay homage to us. Well, okay. Well, that's nice. Okay, we shall receive him in our court, and we'll receive that 50 gold from you. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Court Mentor Pecs, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, and ascendants bring forth his gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record his pledges to serve the kingdom of Sicily. At last I bid the Count arise, confirming my satisfaction and Pecs' rights to the lands he rules in my stead. Well, that's great. We get renown, we get more gold, we get prestige, and we get some court grandeur for that. And that's pumped us up to level 2. Okay, and we can found a holy order. Before that, I did just want to check in on this barony here, and yeah, Leduc is hanging out in there. That's cool. I'm glad that he's been able to make something of it. But yes, a holy order. Well then, it costs a lot for us to be able to do it, but a holy order would be quite useful. It's something that we can call on ourselves, but where would we want it to be? I mean, honestly, if we could get it here in the Barony of Malta, that would be fantastic, but I don't think we can. Yeah, I mean, there's a few different locations around here. We could have it where Leduc is currently. The development here is really nice. 19 development. I do wonder if we want to hold off this until we potentially capture Rome, though, because, yeah, a holy order based out of Rome would be fantastic. Oh, well, how interesting. It looks like Duke Camilla of Rome desperately wants an artifact from us. Oh, he wants our horse. No. No, you're not getting our horse. It ain't gonna happen, buddy. I don't know why you want it so badly. I believe he purchased a... Oh, okay. Well, that was war. that was war declared on us by the Duchess of Benevento, or what remains of it. Now, what's dangerous about that is that they are allied to Rome, so they may try and pull Rome into this war now, which is not great. We can declare war on Rome right now and claim a huge amount of territory. However, is that something that we truly want to attempt to do? I mean, really, we're kind of just after Roma. And I think if we were going to go to war for an entire kingdom, it would be against the baronies of Avalon. Which, interestingly enough, where is Mithras? Mithras is dead? Murdered by Countess Antoinette. Well, now that is interesting. Well bloody done. A 6th generation kindred managed to murder him. Well, I'll be damned. Mithras, the Lord of Light, is dead after 2,563 years of life and undeath. Now we have Lady Elizabeth here, who is ruling the baronies of Avalon, a 6th generation Ventru. Well then, you know what though? I think we might have to take this moment, because in just a day or two, the Duchess here no doubt will try and call in an ally, because with only 266 soldiers to her name, I don't foresee her fighting this fight alone. She will call in her ally, and we can't have that. So we're going to have to take the first step. And we're also going to have to try and call in some of our allies as well. This is going to be a holy war for the kingdom of Italia, or rather Romagna. It's going to cost us 375 piety. Okay, well, we won't be able to do this again for another 50 years, but I think securing all of that land there will give Missy the power that she needs to make her moves against Avalon. But the numbers, are they in our favor? Not necessarily. Rome has more gold and has more soldiers, yet the quality of our soldiers is higher. We're going to have to call in all of our allies to assist us in this fight. For now, we declare war. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so we are going to call our allies into battle here, and it is going to be against Romagna that we are bringing them in for. Oh, you won't accept? Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping you would. Some ally you have been, eh? Verpus, no doubt, will join us, so yes, fantastic. And we can also call Verpus into the defensive holy war. And now we need to look at raising our troops. We are going to get our army raising up all the way back here because I want to spend the time getting these troops ready. We may also want to consider mercenaries in this endeavor. And really, in terms of what we can afford, we may just want to try and go for some archers here. The Marchers of Wasconia. An extra 700 troops. It's only 300 bowmen there, though. You know what? Sure, let's go for it. Let's pay the gold, let's get them raised. And speaking of raising, well, they haven't quite made it across to our borders yet, but we're going to start to make our way up here, marching with our superior quality troops. However, right now, we're on the hunt, and I gotta say, I do like the war outfit here, Melissa. Very nice. So, who are we going to pick out of this bunch? Oh, your name is Violent? I kind of feel like we need to go for Violent. Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't care about any of the rest here. Let us hunt Violent and see what we get from them. Melancholy resonance, and it's negligible, so I think we'll have a fair drink, but we won't wound her. There we go. Thank you for the extra blood there. Oh, and they are already making their way across into our territory with some quite large numbers. So we really want to make sure that the rest of our allies group up with us before we do any real fighting. No doubt they are going to start to try and siege us down. Capua is under siege. Let's see if we can't track down this army first. Oh, okay, there they go. Where are you going? Where are you going? We could go straight for Foggia at the moment, but I'm not sure. I think what we want to try and do, we are going to cede quite a bit of territory here, but I think we want to try and see if we can wait the armies out at least a little bit in our own territory and then fight them in a battle that we know we're going to do better. We've got forwarder, we've got aggressive attacker. Really, we can attack them anywhere, but as long as we're attacking in our own territory, we are going to get some advantages for doing that. And we may even just be able to scare them away from sieging if we move in a little bit closer here. Let's just wait and see. I mean, that group no doubt is going to start to move. Backed to a corner. Your dynasty unlocked backed into a corner. 5 extra prowess? That sounds pretty good to me. I like that. Okay, let's see what ends up happening here. Are they going to continue to march? I mean, they're kind of just staying in the territory that they've taken so far, and the others have landed down there. Okay, we may be able to make our way down there. We're going to take our allies with us. It's going to take a while to march back, but I think that's going to be the smarter move. We'll let them take the territory for now. We'll let them weaken themselves. Right now, we have more than enough supply in our own lands. It's also going to take a little while for our extra allies down here to catch up with us. While they don't have much in the way of levies, they do have champions with them, and those champions can make all the difference. That's another siege lost. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay, let's catch them. There we go. And ideally, we can put an end to this fight rather quickly. We did manage to capture someone. Let's have a look at you. 14 prowess? I mean, not bad. You're Cappadocian. I see. You have necromancy. Antonia, would you be intrigued in joining us if we negotiate a release, say recruit you, and demand your conversion? Yes, you will, but you'll continue to practice in secret. Fine. That's fine. That is fine. We could also employ you as an executioner. Intriguing. Appointed as our executioner. It'll cost us some prestige to do it right now. Hey, let's not do that. Let's just demand the conversion, negotiate the release, and let's get you on our side. No choice but to join. Wonderful. Look at that. Excellent. 14 prowess. We'll see if we can put you to use. Yes, you know what? We certainly can. Baroness, you can put down your blade for now. And we have a choleric perk that we can pick up. Okay, so what's it going to be? I think we continue down at Potence. We've got Uncanny Grip or Brutal Feed. It is a dual move. In mere seconds, you swallow torrents of blood while mauling your victim. The result is efficient if messy. You can now use this new feeding method in the heat of battle and disguise the mangled remains of the victim. That does sound fun. Ooh. Okay, I think we picked that up first. We're going to go for Uncanny Grip next. Draught of Might sounds great. It makes our knights that much more effective. Your blood becomes saturated with the power of Potence, conveying part of your power to anyone who drinks it. And I suppose we could allow our knights to drink a little. That's another siege lost, unfortunately. How are they looking? Well, they're down on supplies, so that's good. We've got that going for us. I think we just hold here for a moment and have a look and see what they do, because while they are kind of like stuck like this, with all of their troops in one area, they deplete those resources even faster. Oh, okay, learning Italian, good for you. And now I believe everyone is here. Let's start our march, and that's actually enough to scare them away. Good, good, and a divergence. I see. Interesting. Okay, we'll see how that develops over time as we've discovered a secret, or rather our Scourge has. And we'll keep that secret for now because you are good enough that we want to keep you around no matter what. Now ideally, if we are going to fight, we'll try and do so in the forest. So we're going to make our way on over here and just watch what our enemy gets up to. They seem to be heading back at the moment. Are you moving? Okay, you've scared them away. They do have similar war goals, so they may very well be trying to take each other out. We could dip into the Sea of Shadows for a moment to try and see if we can snipe our enemy here. Whether or not that's going to be possible, though, let's just have a look and see. I mean, they're kind of staying over there for now. They've crossed over water recently, which ain't great for them. Let's see if we can end this fight fast. They are heading this way, which I don't like. Let's see. Our allies are making their way across there now as well. Ooh, don't get caught. Don't get caught. Okay. That's the war won. And, I think we end it. I think we end the war, which, okay, looks like it will actually give us a little bit of gold. I'm happy about that. I don't know if our allies are going to be able to get away from them here, or whether or not we can even fight here. We can. We do actually have a little bit of a bonus. That's good. We can maybe even get a higher one if we blood surge and increase our tactics, making our marksmanship higher by 2. Let's see, what are we at now? 39 plus 3. Okay, that is better. I think we're going to try and hold this position if we can. I reckon it's going to give us the best shot we can get against the enemy. Supposedly, we should win this. So, let's have a closer look. It is in our favor for now, but that can shift, that can change. We're winning, but only just. Okay, there are more forces down here. Right now, the only forces I care about are the ones right here. And Akos has a story for us. Sure, let's lose some stress. And Pecs, let's sign off on whatever you want. We need to keep our secret. Come on, keep those numbers going that way. We have a smaller amount, but we are still winning. With only 26 left, I think we got this in the bag. Just a little more, Melissa, just a little more. Come on. I mean, we took a lot as they were fleeing, and we managed to capture a countess, no less. Let's have a look at you. I mean, you're a countess, so we're going to keep you in the jail for the time being. We could maybe try to torture you, though, for a little bit of piety. We do lose some stress, and we gain some dread. I think that is a worthwhile trade. Yeah, just a little bit of light torture. We can ransom you as well, which means that we could maybe get some mercenaries. We'll leave that in our back pocket for now. If we can move on these troops fast, we can get rid of any chance that they have to reinforce themselves. Okay, let's see. Why not complicate matters? There's nothing like the good old rack when the jailer hauls Ulpia into the room. Okay, we could try and push her towards being a lunatic. Let's carry on. Why not? It's more of a chance to lose extra stress, and wow, we actually don't have that much stress left at all. That's good. That's very good. And I think that they're probably going to try and retreat back to Rome. So I think we're going to catch them here. Yup. Completely out and in the open. I don't know if they're mercenaries or what. He's a captain, so they probably did get some mercenaries. And we just absolutely deleted them. That first battle was absolutely crucial. I mean, 11, your 12th generation, so that's not going to really help us out at this stage if we were to, eat you. We'll keep you in the back pocket though. Maybe we can ransom you down the line. For now, I think we're going to try and see if we can get some territory back. And we probably should press the advantage, but I think getting these territories back will help us with that. Mood of the clans. Well, okay. Yeah, some of them are going to feel marginalized. We will try and get more primogens, but we just don't have that much of a population of other clans right now, so it doesn't make as much sense for us to employ a primogen for each. We have a new lifestyle perk we can pick up for Marshal. So what's it going to be? Enduring hardships would give us an extra force, or rather a fort level. Hit and run, not bad when it comes to retreating. Speeding up our sieges could be rather nice. You know what? Let's go for engineered for destruction, as that's gonna, give us back Capua, just like that. We've nearly got everything back. Napoli, you are the last. Okay, looks like they are going to be returning over here in just a moment, so let's keep our eyes peeled and see what they choose to do. They are coming straight for us right now. Could be a mistake on their behalf or on ours. So far, it is in our favor, but only just. Wow, we're down to like 24 yet again. Our court grandeur has increased. Imprisoned. What? Viorica has been imprisoned by... No, rather, our child has been imprisoned by Viorica. Why? Why exactly? Viorica, could we have her released? Perhaps, let's see. Pay ransom. A ransom of 100. Let's just wait and see what you have been imprisoned for. We can't have our vassals imprisoning each other like this. There was nothing that we could pardon you for, or grant pardon. Okay, there we go. We shall grant it, and we shall hope that that helps. Also, let's really hope that this continues in our favor. 19 left. Oh boy. Our champion was wounded, or rather, their champion was wounded by Pecs, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, and a map. Okay, things are popping off. So we have someone here that's bragging about someone, a lady, a fancy lady in pearls and silk that paid him for a map. Let's go and bring him to me. Let's try and jog his memory. Yes, let's find out what the scheme is, okay? It was a murder scheme. Interesting. Oh, Gisela. Well, I mean, that's okay. You were probably just hunting someone. That's all right. Well, the fight is nearly finished now, and it looks like he wants a white piece. You're not getting it. No, we will continue to fight. We will win, and we are, unfortunately, going to have to try and wait until we can get some of our troops back, but we are going to recover just here in Kapua. We may try and push the fight to them, but honestly, I think getting our numbers up is going to be important right now. Our allies should be able to get some troops back, considering this is allied territory. So far, the war is in our favor. We just have to try and keep it that way. Okay, we could do some other ransoming here, it looks like. Countess Eugenia, we have. You are 6th generation. Oh, wow. Now that is tempting. Let's see who else we have here. We have a 9th generation Zemitsi. Okay. No one's really going to miss you. You are unlanded as well. You know what? Let's have a look here. If we were to execute you and diablerize you, we would gain the trait 9th generation ourselves. Oh boy. I think we go for it. Yeah, we work our way up the tree, Melissa. Drink. And just like that, we are looking good, and we can pick up an animal perk. We don't actually have any of these abilities yet, so we're unable to. And I think right away, if we were really feeling like it, we could eat yet another. Consume those ahead of us. Your 9th generation, that's not going to help us any longer, but you would. That is intriguing. But looking among the others, I'm trying to decide who we want to ransom and if we want to ransom them. Because we should really pay to get our child out. Eugenia, I would like to keep you around, so we are going to go for Opia instead. 9th generation, I think that we can ransom you. Let's do that, and we'll go ahead and pay this ransom now. Or alternatively, we could owe them a hook. And that is enough. That is enough. You know what? I'm okay with owing them a hook. They may just try and use it to stay on the council longer. We're not going to get rid of her anytime soon. That will save us gold. I'm on board with that. We'll see whether or not that works out. Let's just pay close attention to how many troops we're able to recover. And Leduc, we can finally show you our true self and invite you into our convent. Excellent. Okay, good deal. You have a favor hook on us. You can use it as you see fit. Oh, we should be able to get you back on our council, yeah? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and assign you. Now, I have no doubt... Oh dear. I have no doubt that they are recovering over there, so I'm tempted to just kind of push in a little bit, but we have this to deal with first. The missing prisoner. Okay, we've had to deal with this before. We do not want to become known as a Diablerus, if we can. Misdirect harder, or, an act of tyranny. 60 opinion is a lot to deal with. I think we need to misdirect. We're going to get some stress. We have to pay a lot of gold, but I think it is worth what we just gained. Well, no sign of the enemy as of yet. Can we move straight into Rome? We can. Okay. Oh boy. The siege of Rome begins. And it's going to take 7 months for us to breach the walls, and they are already here. Do we fight them on their home turf? I don't know about that. 37, they are going to have to cross a river, so I think that will help us out here, but they are fighting in their homeland. Let's see. Oh no, we've got this. We've got this completely under control. They do not stand a chance now. Massive victory for us. But unfortunately, I don't think we have enough troops to be able to siege this down now. That is a bit of a problem. So, we can't take Rome. Can we go to one of the other provinces? Can we start to win that way? We can. And I think we're going to have to try and slowly get territory in Rome as, okay. Thank you, Akos. He's here again to try and, help us lose stress. We'll just take the 20 off for now. And we've discovered an innovation, chronicle writing. Okay, good to know. And unfortunately, our contract is going to expire in 6 months, so we are going to be losing some troops, but we have managed to gain some territory here, gaining some gold in the process. I think we just keep on pushing along here, trying to take baronies where we can. Oh boy, but Rome is here. Okay, let's back on up. Let's hope that our troops can get away. They can't. Okay, let's move in to intervene. And even though we aren't the one leading this fight, our allies are good enough to help us win it. Okay, good. I will take that victory. Yes, please. Now we really need to spend time recovering at this stage. We got 64%. That's a really, really good war score. As long as we stay in territory that we are currently holding, we will be able to get some more troops back. That's just what we got to do at this point. 3 months till it expires. Damn. I mean, do we try and ransom another prisoner? It's only going to give us 50 gold. We'll do it if we have to. Let's just wait maybe another month, see how much we get in the way of troops. Oh dear. And hunters. We are going to have to fight them. Let us crush them in battle. Then let's see where they have popped up. All the way down here. So that is a heck of a march for us to make it back, but we will be able to get troops in the process. So we shall march, and our allies, they're just going to have to hang out there for now. A schemer has been discovered. I see. You're plotting against our guests. Well, we kind of knew that. And the mercenary company has been disbanded. And also, an alliance has been invalidated. Well, you never really did anything for us, so I'm not surprised. Let's finish this quickly, and we're at a strategic impasse. Let's employ both those strategies as we take the Inquisition and show them the flame that they so love. We shall enforce demands here. Oh, okay. Intriguing. And we have the leader of that Inquisition cell here with 24 prowess. Not bad. You cannot resist my charm. Okay. Gilam will put him in his place. I will rip him apart. Honestly, I think just a direct battle is not a bad plan. And I think it's more Missy than trying to use charm at this stage. Rip him to pieces. And we'll see if we manage to actually capture him there. And I do believe our allies joined us down here, which is great. Okay. Rome is making a move against us once again, so we're going to start to make our way back up towards Rome. And a new prisoner. Okay, we did actually end up getting him. Now, what will we do with you? You are probably going to be protected by your blood, maybe, or maybe not. Could we turn you into a ghoul? Now, we've tried that before in the past, and they kind of turned out, super average after they lost all of their extra prowess abilities and everything like that. I mean, just in general, the skills aren't great. So we could just go for a straight up execution, and exsanguination wouldn't actually give us anything. So I think we'll just go ahead and burn you, just like we did to the others. And now we start to make our way north. As we lost some territory, that's okay. I think while we're making our way up there, we are going to try and see if we can cover up the masquerade. We will get a little bit hungry in the process, but bring things back under control. Our allies are starting to resupply their troops as well, which is great. I'm sorry, you're no longer a ruler? Why is that, child? Why are you no longer in our council? Adventurer, what are you up to? Where did you go? You're down here, currently, okay. Did you lost your territory to Akos? Well, we're going to invite you back to the court. That must have been an internal dispute there. Well, we're not going to have that. Okay, he's back. Excellent. Time to re-employ you. For some reason, our ally is really far behind right now, so we are going to cautiously start a siege here. And we're getting the place pretty quickly, but oh boy, they are here. Okay. I don't know if we back out of this. It does say that we should win this. I hope it is still in our favor. Oh, and it is. It really, really is. Our allies are starting to flood over the border now, and we're finishing them off as they start to flee. Yeah, and just at the end there, our allies arrived. The siege is won. Excellent. And now I hope we have enough to take Rome. With our allies, maybe? Yes we do. Okay, the siege is on. Okay, the walls have been breached. We're getting there. Oh, okay, and it looks like they are using that hook. They want their religion to be protected. Okay, that's all right. Oh dear, fools everywhere. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to spend a bit of prestige here to be able to get a hunter under control. I'm okay with that. Let us use our dominate abilities here. Forgetful Mind and Cloud Memory. We'll spend that prestige as Rome is nearly under our control. And there we go. Oh, and we seized an artifact, no less. Clan Gangrel Mail. We've finally got some armor from Melissa. So let's go and apply that there. Excellent. Managed to get 85 gold there as well. So from this point on, we just need to continue to move along, take as much territory as we can, and then push our war goal. They are starting to try and push into our own territory, so we may have to turn around, but let's just see. I think we should be able to get this pretty quickly. Capua is under siege. We'll see if we can get this and then head down to finish them off. Okay, we're at 94% at this stage. Let's go and crush them. And I think we're going to be able to get there before the siege has ended. Yes, we're chasing them. We have Forda, Melissa. She's making her moves. Rome will fall. 94%, still not enough. Okay, we head back up into Rome. We will take more territory. We've started the siege. They don't have the troops to face us anymore. It is inevitable at this stage. I think they may still try and fight. No, they're trying to make it to Rome. Well, I think they're still going to have a hard time trying to take it. And there we go, 100%. Let's just see if the war score adds up for us and what we are going to get from this here. So we will seize all territory within Duke Camilla's realm that is part of the kingdom of Romagna. So quite a few different folks will become our vassals. That may become a problem over time. It is a large territory that we are going to be gaining here. And you know, I think we're going to push this just a little further. One more fight. Let's see if we can maybe capture someone else. Oh, and there's another map. Well, okay, you're going to go to our dungeon, Rosa. You were a hunter? Okay, well, you're definitely going to our dungeon. Let's find out what this was. Murder Euphemia. The scheme has been exposed, and we didn't get anything else from that battle there, but I am still tempted to keep this going a little longer. We could also have a look at having another meal. We have Countess Eugenia here, who is 6th generation. If we were to diablerize her, well, for one, we're getting choleric resonance, but we'd also gain the trait 8th generation. Melissa, continue to feed. This is the child of the Duke, 8th generation. Now, we may have the same kind of problems that we had before, so we'll be ready for those, should they occur. Oh, and the Queen down in Africa learnt our language. Well, that's good. Let's stay on good terms with you if we can. We don't want a southern front of this war. We've started sieging down more territory while we wait and see if they wish to return, and they do. There we go, that territory is now ours. Let us go and disrupt them. And it's a pretty quick fight at this stage, and excellent. We managed to capture yet another countess, an 8th generation kindred, the same as Missy. So, you know what? They are probably safe for now. Yes, they have that single title there, and no doubt they will actually be our vassal in time. We are going to ransom you, as we have completely eliminated their troops. Now, we could continue sieging across the area here, gaining a fair amount of gold in the process, but I think we're going to call it. I think we've done enough. Melissa has burnt through the night. Rome shall be hers. And it is with that we shall enforce our demands. So be it. And my gosh, look at all of that now ours. And what happened to the Sea of Shadows? I mean, it's gone. The Sea of Shadows just completely broke up. At some point during that fight, we have the Duchy of Apulia up here, who is ruled by Claudius. Down here, we have well, Sicily, the dutiful sire, is holding on to that territory. And then across here, we have the ruler who was running the Sea of Shadows, but the Sea of Shadows, yeah, it's just completely collapsed. So we should be able to pretty quickly swallow up the rest of that territory there. But we now have 14 different areas that are under our direct control. And that's because the Duke had so much. That's why it's now all ours. We've got only a few vassals kind of scattered around the space here that we can see are kind of directly under us. So, Rome with its development of 34 and just everything else that's here. I mean, we've got a damn Tzimisce center here. We need to be king and employ a Tzimisce primogen, a Gangrel primogen, and a Losombra primogen to be able to have the effects of these buildings. The Nosferatu primogen, Ventru, yeah, we're going to be doing all of this. Also, Prince of a large regional city, and of course, Roma Invicta. The building is currently disabled at the moment, but it will re-enable in about 12 months' time, because we're above our domain limit. Okay, so we have a lot of things that we need to kind of divvy out. Rome, though, Rome is going to become our new realm capital. Look at this kingdom, Melissa. How far we have come. And as much as I would like to divvy out all of that territory right now, we are going to be doing that all in the next, as we take in Melissa Bavent in her new regalia. Quite the crown, and what a victory. And all of that started because of an ally of Rome deciding that they wanted to attack us with only 200 troops to their name. They were no doubt relying on Rome backing them up. If only they attacked Melissa sooner, before she was able to build up all that power, before she was able to cast out the shadows of Montano. What is next for Melissa? Well, with the baronies of Avalon in a mess after the loss of the great Mithras, the Bavents will attempt to reclaim their homeland. And at 98 years old, Missy has accomplished a lot in her first century. What does the latter hold in store for her? Only time will tell. And so it is with that, Legionnaires, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.